What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video.
Buddy was a little confused. So my question to the ladies was, if you are engaging in sex with a partner, all consensual, all willing, is a partner that you care about, on a scale of 1 to 10, if your sex was a gift you were giving to your partner, what would that sex be in your personal opinion? There's no shame, there's no judgment, there's no facts. It's all your personal opinion.
Is this the first time? Is this
No, just in general. Just in general. Like you're in a relationship with somebody. You care about them. You're enjoying them. You're in a relationship with this person.
I feel like it depends.
Okay.
It depends. What do you think?
It depends. So let's say, what's the range?
Like, for example, like if it's his birthday, I feel like it's gonna be lower on the scale. You know, like I feel like for his birthday, like I want to get him an actual gift and put like thought into it.
Oh yeah.
But it's gonna be higher on the scale if it's what he needs at that time. You feel me?
Okay.
So it depends.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
That's good.
That's good. Very good.
For me, honestly, I just don't really look at it as a gift to him because ultimately it's fulfilling a need.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Filling a need for you?
For him.
Both?
Well, for both of us,
yeah,
really.
Like,
I know.
Yeah, for both of us. So because it's fulfilling that need for both of us, I more so look at it rather than being a gift. It's more so like this is one of the things that you need. You know what I mean? Like in our relationship as a man, as a human. So, boom, you get it, I get it, we both.
Here's why. Is your
No. I have something that's completely away from your point. So walk through your point.
Don't forget your point.
I'm not gonna forget.
Here's where I don't like your answers. Your answers, I don't like it. I don't like your answer.
Oh.
Let me tell you why. Because you asked a question about being bent over on the balcony. Do you like being bent over on the balcony? If it's a nice enough balcony?
They're like, wait, that went left?
Not you in my business.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, can you rephrase the question?
and the reason why I asked that question is that what you communicated in your third question is that man is offering you a good time.
But it's the first
Whoa,
time.
let me clean that up.
Wait. Because
Let me clean that up.
It's the first time that, let's say she was meeting somebody for the first time.
That's still a good time. The first time you
Wrong.
give me,
So
I need
let
you
me-
to give me
let me-
$100.
not to
Let me
though.
clean this up, though.
Okay,
Let me
please.
clean this up. For a lot of, let me not talk for a lot. For myself,
Yes.
for me personally, sex is not something like, yes, it's enjoyable, etc. However, I save that time and that moment for somebody that I know who is truly going to value me, somebody who is going to protect and provide for me. And if shit hits the fan, all of a sudden I need to depend on a man that I'll be able to call this man because he's bending me over on a balcony. If I need a new coat or something or whatever the frick is going on, like I need to be able to call him, right?
Yes.
So it's like, for those reasons, yes, of course, we're going to have a great time, but I don't just hand that out willy-nilly. And especially like as a woman, that's somebody literally, forget invading your space, they're literally invading your body. Okay? So it's like this man now has the power to really change a lot of things about my body, right? Like he can mess up my pH balance, if you want to talk about it. He can give me an STI. He can get me pregnant, mess up my intestines. He can see.
Childish.
That shall work quick.
He can get me pregnant, and then guess who's gonna have to bear the true burden of being pregnant, right? And then the decision to carry, abort, whatever, whose burden is that really? 100%. At the end of the day, the man can walk away at any point in time, but that's still something that a woman has to deal with. Even like the process itself is something that a woman has to deal with. So with that being said, I don't take it as lightly as what I'm assuming that you're trying to draw the equivalence to as, with gifts and things like that is like, no, that's not where you were going.
And let me clarify before.
Well, I want to, I'm a little confused too. I'm a little confused at what we walked in on together. Okay. Because, he was asking if you were to be giving, intimacy to your man, what would be the equivalent of that as a gift? So he's going to clarify right now. But based off of what she just said, I genuinely agree with the things that she just said right there, like about everything, and it doesn't mean that vice versa that a woman can't give give a man those same exact things besides a baby. He can, a woman can like, give this man something that can make him sick and all that kind of stuff. A woman can do that as well. But when it comes, the fact that she's looking at it as a serious act is, I mean, that's how I see it. I think it's something that's very, very serious. It's not like just as casual as society has made it seem like it is nowadays.
Continue.
Okay.
What you're describing in your latter statement that you just communicated is what I was trying to quantify. It's a gift, meaning it's something sacred. It's something that's precious. Yeah. It's something that's valuable. It's not just some throwaway thing where it's like, hey, if I buy you a shoe, that's like a 2 out of 10. That's not a big deal. But if someone buys you a freaking house, that's a huge gift, right? So the idea that I was really going about was that sex for you is probably something that's extremely valuable, intimate, precious, and that you really hold dearly.
Yeah, you're right.
And so for you view that as, I only want to do that with a partner who has shown me X, Y, Z, A, B, C.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. But the problem is some of the things.
And before they get to the problem too, I also want to show that exposes how women communicate, because I didn't understand the question, right? I personally didn't understand the person that he was asking. I kind of had an idea, like I was thinking, like, based off of what I thought, I kind of thought it was what he was saying, but it shows that women are quick to communicate and answer a question or have a rebuttal for something that they don't even 100% understand. Like that just right there just showed the complete dynamics of a woman and a man, because these two women did not 100% understand the question, answered it anyway, and he's sitting there like, what are you even talking about? And he's like, oh, that's what you meant. But it's like, if you weren't 100% on what he meant, you should have clarified that before moving on. And I think a lot of women can use some work on that in that area, not just assuming, having an instant rebuttal, automatically being defensive if you don't have complete clarity of the entire situation.
I know where he's going with it. Yeah.
Some of the things that you want, a guy feels that same way. He's not going to buy you clothes. He's not going to pay for rent. He's not going to buy you jacket. He's not going to purchase bags and nails and hair unless he feels like you're that kind of woman for him. Right. So that's what leads to the disconnect, because the guy views sex as a more, if you care about someone, you should just do it, and it's good for you, and it's good for me. And then the woman views gifts as, if you care about someone, you should just give it. If it's good for you, it's good for me. So there's this disconnect where both parties feels like, if I get that before you give me what I want, if I give you that before you give me what I want, I feel cheated. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the disconnect.
That's true. That's really good. That's true. You're right.
And I think that makes sense. It makes sense to make another point that, this is for the material girls. This is for the girls that value things so much. That value material possessions, that value the trips, that values the bags, that value the shoes. As when they look at a man, they look at a man who can provide these things. They don't necessarily just look at just a human being or a man who has his own feelings, thoughts, and emotions. They look at it as like more of like an ATM.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. How would you suggest bridging that gap? Because to be quite...
Communication.
But see, I just really wish I could read you this DM. But like...
Read it! We
do not know this person.
We don't know him.
In the most respectful way.
You gotta say his name?
Yeah, we ain't supposed to put it on the screen.
And I'm like...
I would love to see the DM.
Yes.
While she's looking for the DM, I think...
Go ahead.
I think when you're in a relationship, that comes with certain responsibilities.
Right.
You have to naturally die to yourself every single day. It's a choice.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like when the man don't feel like
that.
buying things or supporting you financially in some ways, in some instances, he still has to actively choose that with or without sex. That's how some of the contract is in the stimulation.
Yeah.
The thing about with sex is women have the choice. You all have the power to choose whether or not we're going to have sex or not. Men ain't got that power. You know, like we can't decide like to have sex. You all decide if we're going to do it or not because you all, you know what I mean? You know,
Right.
so it's an instance where we have to have communication. We have to have the conversation about sexual needs and how much is too much or how often do you want it for this person to, you know, get what they need out of the relationship. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. You can finish.
You lost my train of thought now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, I was gonna say like I feel like there's also not a disconnect too because it depends on the type of person we're talking about. Because I know a lot of men that will gladly buy a woman gifts if they're interested, and I know a lot of women who will gladly have sex with somebody if they care about them or even if they just like them. So it's like, okay, who are we
Yeah.
talking about also though too? Because like obviously there's gonna be
I agree. I mean, that's exactly what I just said a little earlier, and I completely agree with that. But I think they're talking to your friend, okay, based off of what the analogy that she said about a jacket. Bend me over there, but also if I needed a jacket, I can call him and he'll get it for me. So I think they're basically just talking about the person who is like that, who does think of like a transactional relationship.
those women who are like scamming men, for money, for items, for things like that. And there's also men running game on women to just get into their pants. So it's like, who are we talking about in this disconnect? Because there's also this huge audience of people that we're not talking about. There's a lot of people that I know that are just more normal, I guess. Like to them, it's not a big deal. Like if they feel something, they act on it. There's not this hesitation or this, fear there. So it's like, okay, what type of men are we talking about? What type of women are we talking about? Because the type of men that Melaine is going to date might not be the same type of men
I
that
think
I
it's
might
totally
date.
different.
Yeah, you're just trying to say you're just trying to let us know that you know how your friend is. That, in a lack of better words, you just want us to be sure that we know that you and your friend are two different people with two different mentalities. And girl,
You and her.
100%.
I think I want to read the DM. I want to answer your
You
question.
got the DM?
Okay.
But here's what I think happens.
She got the DM.
Women, their experiences are so similar yet unique that sometimes a woman might think what I go through is what everybody goes through. But that's not. But that's why it's important that women hear each other's stories.
Point.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because there's a lot of times where I'm like, with what I go through and things like that, and then I'm like, yeah, girl, da da da. And they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, you never, okay,
yeah.
And so it's just like you said, it kind of depends on like the women, the men that they're dating, all of those things.
Read
really.
the DM.
Yeah,
the women, the men that they're dating, the reason why they're dating them, and the kind of relationships that they are used to or would like to acquire. Everything is not one size fits all. We do need more context, but it's just funny that girl was like, I just want to let y'all know I'm not like my friend.
Like
Read the DM.
Yes, I feel like we're making it sound like it's gonna be more juicy,
No,
but like it's really not juicy.
yeah.
It just kind of iterates my point.
So we need the backstory.
So
Is that your
backstory.
boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Okay. So he's a guy.
He's a man. Yes.
Is he a prospect?
Who slid in whose DM?
He's.
We need the backstory.
You don't slide in DMs? You too good for that?
No. I give,
What's going on right now?
listen. I give my little 1, 2, 3 likes, and it's if you don't.
You remember that conversation we had a long time ago? I tried to tell you, women shoot their shots in likes, fellas.
However,
Yeah,
I have, on occasion, very few, but on occasion, responded to a couple of stories here and there.
Yeah.
As a, shooting my shot. And it's on you to, take the ball and lay it up, Easy layup.
Okay.
We ain't got to talk about it.
Backstory. So, he found me how I don't know. Slid in my
What? I don't understand why women do that. We're gonna move on now.
How do you find random people on Instagram? The explore page.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
We're gonna read the DM.
So, backstory. He hearts one of my pictures that I posted on Instagram on my story. Okay. And I just said, sunglasses.
So he must be attracted then if you responded. See, that's what I'm saying. We trying to break it down play by play.
It's not that I found him attractive. It's more so that I found him as a potential suitable partner.
Okay, continue.
Okay, but if you found him as a suitable partner, attraction is not just physical. It's not just physicality. It's attraction as in, oh yeah, he'd be a nice guy because of maybe finances or because of whatever it is that she's interested in. Because obviously, I think she's more interested in finances than anything else. Being comfortable and stability and stuff like that. So, but that's still attraction. There's still something about that is an attraction. He's just asking. Obviously, you responded because you were also interested. So the answer would have been yeah.
It was the tone and the okay, but anyways, we'll move on. So,
I heard it too, but I wasn't
right?
gonna say anything.
I
was like, okay, spicy.
So we're going. He's liking my stuff on my story, yada yada yada, boom boom boom. One day he feels a little brazen. I don't know if that's the word. The first message with words that he sends to me is, "Need you ASAP."
Yeah.
What?
What do you need? What does he need?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Okay.
But that's not what I said. I said, "Do you? I can't tell." And he said, "Well, next time, I'm in the area, I'll show you." I said, "Show me how." He says, "It's a surprise." I said, well, I'm going to need a little hint. He says, "Just be patient." I said, "Oh, well, made a joke, yada, yada, yada." Tells me he's going to be in the area soon. I said, "When is soon?" He gives me the dates. And I says, "That means I can finally get my surprise, huh?" He says, "If you want it." I said, "Well, what is it?" He said, "It wouldn't be a surprise if I told you." I said, "I roll. Okay, fine." He says, "What do you like, though? Maybe I can change the surprise before I get there." I said,
Let's see what's going on.
Lord have mercy.
Come on, reel it in. Come on, reel it in.
I said, "I like to be spoiled, LOL. I love a good bag and heels. Heart face."
Well, that should tell you everything you need to know right there, fellas. that screamed a lot to me. That screamed a whole bunch to me.
Wait, time out. Let's unpack that. What do you mean that screams a lot to you?
Okay, I want to unpack one thing. Communication is not her strong suit. When Hafiz asked a question she didn't completely understand, she answered it. When this man said, "I need you," instead of her asking, "Need me how? In what way?" she just immediately responded, "I can't tell." Okay, need you could mean he just want to see you, sleep with you, holla at you. Okay, need you could mean I need a girl like you to be like my actual girl. It can mean various different things, but you need that clarity. If you're a woman who's serious and is moving with intention, and as she said, respects herself, respects her body, looks at herself as being sacred, then you're going to get context before you agreeing for a meetup with this person that you don't know. You're gonna get context. You're gonna be like, "Need me how?" What you talking about? First of all, what are you talking about? You're my DM, and you talking about need you. What are you talking about? So communication is just not the strong suit.
She gifts. You're gonna have to buy her things, travel, materialistic. She costs a lot. That's all. That's what tells me everything. That's exactly what I took from that. It's the truth though. But we're gonna move on. Let's go. Continue. Reel it in.
We need to come back to this because you're not the first person to say that, and I really have an issue with it, but we'll be back. Okay, so anyways, and then that's when he says, and I quote, "That's not usually my first meeting surprise, LOL. I gotta know you gonna be around for that."
So he's telling her, okay, you see the difference between men and women? He's telling her, I don't want to do this woman like that with her face stuck right there. Let's do the smiles. Where's the smiles at? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to, cut it at a bad part. Oh, it's just getting worse and worse. Okay, we're just gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. That's good. That's better. Okay, but that shows, she says, well, I like bags, I like shoes, I like this, and he's like, well, I wouldn't give you that if I don't know you're going to be around. You have to prove yourself to me. And when he says, I need you, she was just like, I can't tell. She wasn't like intentional. That man who she's dialoguing with is intentional. She wasn't intentional. She was just kind of like, oh, well, I can't tell, like playing this game with him without setting her own standard, letting him know, like, I respect myself. I have respect for myself. I don't know what you're talking about. You need me. Need me how? You don't even know me. Like, she wasn't giving any of that. She was just like playing the field with him, and then it makes her look like he just said, materialistic, like, you just a money girl, you just like things, you just like to be paid for and all that kind of stuff, and then whatever. So again, communication is a very strong uh part of relationships, of getting to know someone, of dialoguing. It's not, because she said to Hafiz, like, I'm this type of person. I respect myself. My body is sacred. I wouldn't just give this around. However, and he was like, well, men think the same way about things. And then that text message or DM that she showed literally expressed the exact same thing that Hafiz just said. Okay, he's over here talking about, I got a surprise for you. She's talking about, I like bag and shoes, and he's like, I'm not gonna give you that because I only give that to a girl that I know, I'm sure I'm gonna be in a relationship with. But at the same very token, again, he said, I need you, and she was like, I can't tell. Instead of saying, need me how? In what way? What are you talking about? I'm this type of person. I'm not this type of person. And like willing to meet up and link up without even addressing that part of the conversation. So, but let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. I genuinely want to know. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. And again, if you are not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.